Now we continue with a more complicated structure. I prepare five structure. We are going to learn 5 structure. I'm going to explain to you the concept of functional group. Functional group is it simply means is a type of connection that you have in organic compound. In the case of alkane here, you're going to see in the case of alkane, there's nothing special about it. You just have carbon and hydrogen, and this carbon and hydrogen are just connected with single bond. But in the case of alkene, and when you see that the name contains ene as a suffix, you're going to have double bond between 2 carbon for that substance, which means each carbon have 2 more extra bond to connect with something else. So this type of functional group is called alkene, means it's a double bond. And in the Monomyth model, you're going to see this 2 carbon. Between the 2 carbon, they have 2 connection or 2 bonds, 2 covalent bonds, which means each carbon have extra 2 bonds to connect with something else. Another type of functional group is called alcohol. You can recognize the name of an alcohol. You can recognize the name of an alcohol from the name. It contains the suffix OL, like this. It means alcohol, which means the substance contain OH. Functional group. And in the Monomyth models, it simply means that that substance will contain O and H connected to that carbon. Another type of functional group is called carboxylic acid. You can recognize from the name, it contains oic acid. In this case, we are going to do the structure of propanoic acid. It contains this functional group called COOH. Carbon double bond with O, single bond with O, and O connected with H. It looks like this. Carbon connected double bond with O, and single bond with O and H. That's the 4 structure we are going to do today. We're going to draw all the structure one by one. Propane, right? Propane means 3 carbon, and there are no other functional group connected to it, so we just plug in all the hydrogen, which means the molecular formula for this is C3H8. If you count, you have 8 hydrogen. Yes, because prop means 3 carbon. Propene also contain 3 carbon, so we must add 1 more carbon, single bond only. We don't have to do double bond. This carbon already have 2, so you can connect with 2 more hydrogen. this, and we must plug in all this hydrogen, right? So remember, the word prop means 3 carbon, and you have double bond for that, and the Monomyth model for that, 2 carbon, because it's alkene, you must make it 3 carbon like this, and plug in all the hydrogen. Yes, so this is a model. You have double bond and 3 carbon like this. Good. And of course, the molecular formula for propene is C3H6. The next one, propanol, contain OH, and it must contain 3 carbon. So we must draw 3 carbon connected to it, and the rest, of course, you must plug in all the hydrogen. Right? Again, prop means 3 carbon. The Monomyth model for this, very simple. 3 carbon must contain OH somewhere. Propanol, right? Very simple. This is the model for that. Propanoic acid. Propanoic acid, also very simple. Must contain the COH functional group, and total you must have 3 carbon. You already have 1, so we must add another 2. That C in COH is counted when you give name to it. So again, prop means 3 carbon. So we already learned 4 functional group: alkane, alcohol, and carboxylic acid. The most complicated one is this type of compound called ester. You can recognize from the name. The name contain this thing, YL and OH. It simply means you must have this structure COO, something on the left and something on the right. This is the thing, C double bond O and O. You have 1 connection on the left and on the right. Now, the word it means 2 carbon. And these 2 carbon must be connected with this O with single bond. So you're going to have 2 carbon. Later we must connect it with. So it means 2 carbon here. Prop means 3 carbon, and that 3 carbon must be connected with C double bond O. We must standardize 3 carbon. And Don't forget to put in all the H. You can do that the last, right? You put all the hydrogen in. So this is the structure of ethyl propanoate. You have 3 carbon on the left and 2 carbon on the right. How to make a model out of this? You have this one, 2 carbon on this O. So we are connecting it here. These 2 carbon connected with this O. And another 2 carbon to make it 3 carbon on the left here, COO, like this. So this is a model of ethyl propanoate, right? So that's how we draw a structural formula for all this organic compound. Don't forget the molecular formula for propanol. Very simple, 3 carbon, so C3H7OH. Propanoic acid, C2H5COOH, C2H5. Then you have one more C here. This C is counted when you give the name. And ethyl propanoate, C2H5COO, C2H5. So that's how you give name to, that's how you draw structure for all this organic compound. Hi, thanks for watching my video. My name is Cecil C from SingaporeStudent.com. Today I'm going to explain to you how to draw a structural formula when you're given a name of a certain organic compound, and also how to make a chemical model. This is example of model for organic chemistry. This model is called a Monomyth Model. So when some of you who come to my tuition, you might have seen this. This is a model that you can use to learn more about organic chemistry. So in organic chemistry, we have a standard way of giving name to organic compound, and it's standardized. There are millions and millions of organic chemistry compounds, but we are going to learn only the basic of it, the simplest type of organic compound. Now, in organic compound, they will contain a lot of carbon atoms, and to indicate the carbon atom, you just draw a letter of capital C here to represent carbon. And another atom that is commonly used in in organic chemistry are oxygen, hydrogen, and nitrogen. This is a symbol of carbon atom in organic chemistry. And in our Monomyth model, that carbon atom is represented by this black ball, black sphere. And this black sphere have 4 bonds, 4 sticks connecting to connect with other atom. So similarly, if you are asked to draw a structural formula, we call it structural formula. What you need to do, you draw a symbol of carbon and draw 4 bonds surrounding it. For oxygen usually have 2 bonds. So the Monomyth model for oxygen is this one, red color, red sphere and have two bonds connected to it. We draw it like this. Hydrogen have one bond only, represented by white balls, white sphere. Now, later you must learn how to give name to a certain structure, or draw the structure of a given name of an organic compound. And that organic compound may contain thousands, a lot of carbon. But we learn the first 5 only. If you have one carbon, the name of that organic compound starts with the word myth. If that organic compound contains 2 carbon, then the name must contain the word it. 3 is prop, 4 is but, 5 is pen. Now we are going to learn to draw a simple organic compound, the structure of organic compound. For example, the question asks you to draw the structure of methane. Then it's going to be very, very simple. We see you have the word meth, means you're going to draw only 1 carbon only. And this carbon must be connected with something. If there's no extra information on the name, you simply add hydrogen to it. Hence, the chemical formula for methane, or is CH4, 1 carbon and 4 hydrogen. And the model for that is this one. You see, you have 1 carbon and connected with 4 hydrogen. So remember, if there's no extra information, all those carbon will be connected with hydrogen. Next example. So the word meth means it contains 1 carbon. The next example is you were asked to draw structural formula of ethane. So we can easily see here the name contains the word it, means you're going to have 2 carbon. So you make a model of 2 carbon connected with each other like this. So you're going to have 2 carbon. Since there are no extra information, all this carbon must be connected with hydrogen. And the molecular formula of ethane will be C2H6, 2 carbon and 6 hydrogen. So the word it means it contains 2 carbon. And the example for that, and the chemical model for that, the Monomyth model, 2 carbon connected with each other, and you're connecting hydrogen, the white color sphere, to this carbon. Very simple. The next one, you were asked to draw the structure of ethanol. Again, it contains the word it, means the chemical compound, the organic compound, contain 2 carbon. But there's one extra information here. There's one extra information. The word contains the suffix or L. It simply means the organic compound contains OH. So O then H. Yes, means it contains this structure O then H, which will be connected to 2 carbon. You have only one OH then. So the word it means it contains 2 carbon. The suffix OL means it contains OH functional group. We call it functional group. In this case, this is a type of alcohol. So ethanol is a type of alcohol. And don't forget, this C must be connected with something since we have extra connection. By default, we must put hydrogen there. And the chemical model for that ethanol is this one. Okay. You have 2 carbon. You have O then H. And the carbon, the extra connection of all this carbon must be connected to hydrogen. That's the very basic example of organic structure, and we are using the Monomyth models here. The next video will give you example of a more complicated organic compound. Thank you.